I'm Tessa Smith with Mama's Geeky. Hello, thank you for taking the
Mama's
time.
Geeky. I like your name. That's brilliant. Hello, Tess.
Oh, thank you. Well, I've got to tell you, I'm new-ish to the Doctor Who world.
Oh,
Just a
and what
couple
did you
years
think? What have you
ago.
seen? Tell me what you think. I'm going to interview you.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So I started with Jodie, and then I was like, okay,
Ah.
I need to go back. So I've only recently, like, I'm just about to hit Tenet now. So
Oh,
I
wow. You've
know.
got adventures ahead of you. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah.
Yes, so but I've got to know for you coming from your side of things, like where would you suggest? Because I know people are going to watch this and be like, "Oh my gosh, I love this world. I love this universe. I need to
Yeah.
know like what do I need to know?" So where would you suggest people go back to watch?
Oh, well, I think it's very healthy show. You can kind of start anywhere, and sometimes it's a bit daunting to say you must start 15 years ago and you must do this. Jump in. I mean, it's an anthology show, so every week it's different. It's like try jumping in at random, and you'll find a doctor. When you find a doctor and companion you love more than another doctor and companion, seek out their whole season and see what they're up to. But really, I would say jump on board with Shooty now. It's I don't want anyone to think that, and I love the fact that you're embracing it so much. That is a joy to hear. That is you're in my wheelhouse. That's just amazing. But I don't want it to be off-putting to anyone. The whole point is Shooty's come along as the new Doctor. Millie Gibson is the new companion Ruby, and you can start with them. You don't need any prior knowledge. You don't need to bring those archives with you or those Wikipedia articles. It's brand new. If you have a question, Ruby Sunday will ask the question for you. She will say to the Doctor, "What's a TARDIS? How can you go to an alien planet and speak English? How do we live? How do we survive?" So I guarantee the program will take you by the hand and lead you through it.
Yes, and I love that about this season. I mean, we've only seen 3 episodes, well, the Christmas
Yeah.
special and 2 episodes. But how important to you was it to make sure that you could put that stuff in there so that you could embrace a new audience?
I think it's always important. I mean, every season in the old days when I used to work in it, I'd always want new people to. I can't believe there are people that don't watch it, and I really mean that. I think those of us who do watch it have a better time. It's a lovely life when it has Doctor Who in it, and I really mean that. So it's always an open book. Then again, it's strange. You can talk to people. I have met people who've started on the most random episode. And they've loved it. And, something I would never recommend. And that's the truth of it. It's an anthology series. Every week is not just a new adventure, but sometimes it's a new genre. Sometimes it's a comedy. Sometimes it's a horror film. Sometimes it's a scary film. Sometimes it's a haunted house movie. Sometimes it's a monster movie. Sometimes it's a thriller. And so you will simply join in with the story every week. You get those genres. It's like we're not inventing those from scratch. You'll get it them within 5 minutes within 5 seconds of watching every adventure. So join in, join in.
Yes, I mean, I'm having an absolute blast going through it, and I have several
Oh,
friends
so
who
good.
have been Whovians forever, and they're like, "I can't wait to get to this episode," and it's so
Blink.
exciting.
They all keep saying to you, blink, don't they?
Yeah, that is one that is everyone keeps talking about.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, yes. You wait. You
Oh,
wait for that
I can't wait! I'm so excited. Well, I'd
one.
love to know what it was about Shooty and Millie that really made them, what made you feel that they were perfect for these roles.
Yeah, it's funny because I have to sit in interviews and describe them, and now, and finally, we're here on transmission, and I can just say, watch them, because you'll see. What I love about the show is we've put on screen everything that we saw in them, the joy of them, the madness, the wildness, the passion, the commitment, the integrity, the ability to swing from high emotions of absolute heartbreak to wild comedy and darkness and strangeness within that. The big beating hearts. I mean, when these two are sad, they're immensely sad. When they're happy, the screen just sings with happiness. So, I mean, I'm so lucky to have cast those two in two lead roles, and they've paid us all back. As a production team, we're so grateful because, and you can't always say this, but everything we wanted has come out.
Yeah.
Everything we hoped we'd achieve is there, and and more. I've got to say, who would have ever dreamt they'd be so successful together? So, and as a program maker, that's kind of rare. When your plans work. When do your plans work? I couldn't plan a picnic and make it work. It's like going to get dinner right. I can't manage that, but suddenly somehow on this show, everything pulled together and it's worked, and I'm delighted.
It's so good just from the couple episodes we got, and I cannot wait for
Thank
more.
you.
That's why I'm filling my time with the older ones so that I can, still
Yeah.
live in this world.
Oh,
But
brilliant. I'm so pleased.
yes, well, I'd love to know, was there anything kind of that maybe you had wanted to put in the past that you weren't able to, that you were now able to fit in this season?
I suppose there's an episode called Dot and Bubble that is set on an alien planet and a colony underneath a dome. It's very much about very much about social media, and I first talked about that with my friend Stephen Moffat. Stephen Moffat was producing the show, and I'd left the show, and he came for dinner in Los Angeles on Abercrombie Boulevard in a restaurant called Hal's, and we sat there and I came up with this idea. But it only lasted for about 2 minutes because it was too expensive. It was literally I don't mean money. It's just the technology could not have created what I was discussing on screen, or it would have been an appallingly cheap version. And we both kind of sat there and nodded and went, "Yeah, that's not going to work." So that idea literally bided it. Here we are, 14 years later. It bided its time, and the technology came along, and that was still the most backbreaking episode to make because the amount of effects in it, the amount of detail, the amount of conversations I had about opacity. I cannot begin to describe, sir, but I love that. I'm immensely proud of that. And you wait for that's called Dot and Bubble. You wait for Shooty's performance at the end of that episode. It's an absolute miracle of television.
Oh, I can't wait. I know. I was going to say, I'm sure there's so much more you can do this time around that you just couldn't do in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, which the whole team has embraced and run with, because it's like, and we still run out of money and we still push it further than we can go. It's a show that's
good.
Destined to be ambitious. That's exactly where we should be. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Please keep watching. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm all in. I got a TARDIS. I got a cardboard cutout TARDIS. Like I'm all in now.
You'll really have a good time. I promise you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.